Good afternoon, family and friends of Toula and Jim. Welcome to this beautiful setting to help celebrate the joining of their lives and love on a permanent level. My name is Wendy Andrews and I'm a marriage celebrant authorised to conduct marriage ceremonies in Australia in accordance with current laws. I would like to thank Jim and Toula for allowing me to be part of this special day. Toula will be joining us shortly, but before we welcome her, there are a few instructions I've been asked to pass on to you all. Firstly, have fun. Clap when you want to, take photos when you want to, and smile a lot. If you could please remember to turn your phones off or to mute, that will save an embarrassing moment for you. Jim and Toula have engaged a photographer and a videographer. So if you could also be aware of them as you're taking photos, that would be much appreciated. There will be a group photo taken after the ceremony on the stairs. For those of you who have met the lovely Toula, you'll be aware that Greek is her first language. Taking this into account, Jim's sister Nikki, will be acting as translator. We have some Greek magnetic witness pins which we will hand out and ask you to please put on. They're a keepsake that will always remind you of this lovely day. Now please sit back, relax and support your friends Jim and Toula with your best wishes. As the song Toso Parapus Agapo by Nino begins, please stand in a big round of applause for Toula as she walks down the aisle with her son Nikos and daughter Eleni. Lovely to see you, Toula. Stand over here. Thank you. Eleni and Nikos, are you ready to hand the care of your mother over to this man, Jim, who loves her dearly? Will you agree to support their marriage and be there for both Toula and Jim in the years to come? You will? Thank you. Please be seated. Now, I'll just get you guys to stand a little bit in front of me like that. That's perfect. Thank you. Toula and Jim would like to say how pleased they are that Toula's parents, George and Christina, have made the trip for this celebration. Catching up with their old friends Stavros and Olympia has been an added bonus. Let's hope there will be many more holidays in the future. And now for our Jim and Toula story. Here, Toula, is a copy of the story in Greek for you. Toula and Jim, we're so happy to be here to celebrate your love and commitment that has come to fruition after so many years. For those of you who are unaware of how Toula and Jim met, do we have a treat in store for you? Jim was a man of 16 when he left Greece to come with his family to Australia. It should have been an exciting adventure, but unfortunately Jim was leaving something very precious behind. On his first day of high school, he sat in the school bus behind a pretty young girl named Toula. Being already so full of charm at such a tender age, he proceeded to make for Toula's life hell for the first 3 months at high school. You see, he really liked her but didn't quite know how to act. When they were paired at the first school dance, Toula thought they had to be joking. As they have spent most of their time together, he charmed her so much that they became an item by the end of the year. When Jim's parents told him they were moving to Australia, to Melbourne to be exact, Jim wasn't very happy. Jim and Toula tried to keep in contact by writing, but as the young ones here can well imagine, before mobile phones and Skype, that quickly fell in a heap. Fast forward to 2014. Jim and Toula had marriages which had resulted in 2 children each. They were at this part of their lives single though. And along came Facebook. Jim said that one night he had a glass of red wine and decided to look up old friends. Toula was at the top of his list. He didn't actually get to go any further. They have maintained contact, and after a number of holidays in both Greece, Australia and sometimes in between, they can no longer bear to be apart. They have taken their families with them on holidays, and if I may say, I think their children couldn't be happier. Am I right? Indeed. When I first met Toula, I asked her what it was about Jim that had mostly stayed the same. She said it was his lovely smile, the twinkle in his eye, and his kindness to others. Jim said it was Toula's sense of humour and her beauty inside and out. Jim and Toula have another chance at happiness with each other. They know the commitment of marriage is and look forward to wholeheartedly diving into this exciting pool together. Toula is preparing to live in Australia with Jim, and Jim has let her know that she will be his priority. I'm sure the younger Toula and Jim, inside the slightly older Toula and Jim, are bursting with impatience. Nikki, Jim's sister, will now read a poem she's chosen, first in English and then in Greek. Thank you, Nikki.
As I Spread My Wings and Fly by Rod Tranmere. As I spread my wings and fly, look at me now and know that you will forever be in my heart, even as the years grow. As I Spread My Wings and Fly by Rod Tranmere. As I spread my wings and fly, look at me and know that you will forever be in my heart, even as the years go.
Thank you very much, Nikki. That was lovely. It was lovely hearing it in Greek as well. Nikki, I'll ask you to remain up here as we enter into the formal part of the wedding. Now, I will say this, Nikki. I'll get you to repeat this with me. Repeat it to Toula so Toula is aware of what's going on. I am duly authorised by law.
I am duly authorised by law.
To solemnise marriages.
To solemnise marriages.
According to law.
According to law.
Before you are joined in marriage in my presence.
Before you are joined in marriage in my presence.
And in the presence of these witnesses.
And in the presence of these witnesses.
I am to remind you.
I am to remind you.
Of the solemn and binding nature.
Of the solemn and binding nature.
Of the relationship.
Of the relationship.
Into which you are now about to enter.
Into which you are now about to enter.
Marriage.
Marriage.
According to law in Australia.
According to law in Australia.
Is the union of two people.
Is the union of two people.
To the exclusion. To the exclusion.
To the exclusion.
Of all others.
Of all others.
Voluntarily entered into for life.
Voluntarily entered into for life.
Thank you. Thanks, Toula. Thank you very much, Nikki. Okay, so now, do you, James Stevens Peters, take for Toula Christa Christakos to commit to and marry? Do you promise to care for her, love her, and be there for her, whatever the future may hold?
I do.
Lovely. Okay, now if you could please tell for Toula. Do you, for Toula Christa Christakos,
do you, for Toula
Christakos, take James Stephen Peters, to commit to, and marry? Do you promise to care for him, love him, and be there for him, whatever the future may hold?
I do.
Yeah, I do. Now for the legal vows, please Jim, repeat after me. I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, James Stephen Peters, take you for Toula Christa Christakos to be my lawful wedded wife. Toula, please repeat after me. I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, for Toula Christa Christakos, take you, James Stephen Peters, to be my lawful wedded husband. Perfect. Absolutely lovely. Okay, now John, if you could please pass Jim his ring. And if you two, I will get the two of you actually, just to stand here and hold hands. We'll pop those down on the table. There we go. So, Toula, Let this ring symbolise our love for each other, representing our todays, tomorrows, future and past. As I hold your hand in mine, I give you my love to keep. Okay, so now, John, will you please pass Toula the ring? Toula, if you could just let Toula know to place it on Jim's left ring finger.
Place the ring on Jim's left ring finger.
Thank you. So, and now Toula will be saying, My Dimitri, let this ring symbolise our love for each other, representing our todays, tomorrows, future and past. As I hold your hand in mine, I give you my love to keep. Beautiful. It is now with the greatest of pleasure I announce Toula and Jim, husband and wife.
You are now husband and wife.
A big round of applause for this lovely couple. Thank you. The bride and groom with their witnesses will now be signing the marriage register and the certificates. Please relax and enjoy 1,000 Years by the Piano Guys as we have a small slideshow recognising Jim and Toula as they were when they first met. Thank you. Okay, so I'll just get you to come around here. If you just go here. So I'll just get Toula. If you could possibly just sign here, thanks. And Jim, if you could just sign just there, thank you. Just there's great. Thank you. And if you could possibly just sign there. Thank you very much. And it won't be you. I'm actually going to get the bridesmaid to come and sign there. Perfect. And now to sign here. Lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes the best things are those you have to wait a long time for. For the first time, may I introduce Mr. and Mrs. Toula and Jim Peters. You may kiss the bride.